Thank you for joining me. In this game, Miaoyi takes down the highest rated player so far. Rated at 2625, this Branko Damljanovic of Serbia, near Super Grandmaster. And Miaoyi here is playing the white pieces. At the time, I believe Miaoyi was only rated about 21 and change. She's now rated 2360 something. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into the game. Miaoyi begins with pawn to e4. We have pawn c5, the Sicilian defense. And now Miaoyi plays knight to c3, which is a bit of a rare move that I've seen several times by Miaoyi now, but it's not really played that much in the master levels. Usually people like to get their c-pawns out and bring the queen-side knight out behind the pawn, enabling that c-pawn to get a grip on the center of the board. So this is not commonly played and leads to a rare opening. We have knight to c6 by the Grandmaster, and now Miaoyi develops her knight to f6. We have pawn to e6, and now pawn to d4, and as often in the Sicilian, we have c captures d4, knight captures d4, and now queen to d7, as many moves might be played at this point, but that whole exchange is pretty commonly played just like that. But we are still in master realms here. This position has been played by top masters before, even though, like I said, that knight to c3 move was a bit rare. Miaoyi continues with bishop to e3, developing another piece, and now we have pawn to a6 by the Grandmaster, kind of a Najdorf looking variation then, after Grandmaster Najdorf, although this is not the Najdorf. This is actually the Taimanov variation of the Sicilian. We now have Miaoyi playing queen to d2, and the Grandmaster plays knight to f6. Miaoyi castles queenside here, and now bishop to e7 by the Grandmaster, saying this is an inaccuracy, not that it's a bad move or anything. It might have been better to actually just go apply direct pressure on Miaoyi's castled position there, pinning the knight. But we'll continue. Miaoyi plays pawn to f4, looking to strike at a more than likely kingside position, as well, it doesn't look like a good idea probably for castling queenside for black, so probably he's going to castle that way, and Miaoyi is probably trying to preempt an attack in that direction. She is pretty infamous for her pawn storm. She does a lot of them if you've seen her videos. Grandmaster continues with pawn to d6, and now Miaoyi plays bishop e2. We have pawn to h5 by the Grandmaster, perhaps forgoing the idea of castling over there. It actually suggests, the engine, Stockfish, says that castling would have been a better way to go rather than this pawn attack. Miaoyi plays knight captures, knight on c6. We have pawn captures on c6, and I would be a little bit nervous about this situation. I'm not sure I would have played the same thing, just because we're offering for the rook to come in and line up on our king's castle. So I might have avoided this particular move in my play. But yeah, so the Grandmaster plays b captures on c6. We have bishop to f3 by Miaoyi, and now that rook does come to b8 ominously. We have rook to rook h to e1 by Miaoyi now, and now pawn to e5 by the Grandmaster. f5, and now queen to a5 by the Grandmaster. Again, the castling is recommended by Stockfish for the Grandmaster, and he's going to actually regret this here in a little bit. Miaoyi moves her king to b1 here, just helping to defend that pawn and getting a little bit safer here, although pinned behind that pawn looks a little dangerous. The Grandmaster plays king to f8 here, and interestingly, the best move actually would just be to apply direct pressure with queen to a3, as, yeah, the pawn is pinned, and this threatens checkmate outright. This would have been a much stronger way to play, just, definitely putting pressure on Miaoyi. Instead, he plays just, this weaker move and neglects to make Miaoyi react to some sort of attack, some sort of counterplay. So this four-time champion of Yugoslavia could have saved himself some grief if instead he would have played queen to a3 first. Best for white then would be pawn to b3. Black could then play pawn to a5. We would have king a1 for white, castles for black, and this would be a pretty much equal position, and no king is really in too much more danger than the other one, although perhaps Lu Maoyi's king would have been a little worse off in this position. Anyway, that's not what happened on the board, so let's go back to what actually happened in the game. So she's able to just do what she likes. Lu Maoyi plays king to a1, just trying to avoid such things. And now we have pawn to h4 by the Grandmaster. We have pawn to g4 by Lu Maoyi. And now the Grandmaster plays h captures on g3. We have h captures on g3 by Lu Maoyi. And now knight back to e8 by the Grandmaster. And yeah, Lu Maoyi obviously has more space here. And yeah, this is something that it's difficult to know how long the Grandmaster had on his clock. We're just 18 moves into the game, so maybe he was low on time, but if you're going to play a move like this, it seems like you need to really spend some time thinking about it, because you're undeveloping your knight. This is already a bit embarrassing that you have, well, you have the bishop still stuck back here, not with much potential. The rooks aren't connected, and now you're going to move the knight back. So an extremely weak move by the Grandmaster. So instead of playing knight back to e8, this national champion should have played pawn d5. We'd have e captures d5 by white, c captures d5 by black, bishop captures d5, knight captures bishop, knight captures knight, and just trade down into a endgame where, well, Lu Maoyi might have had some advantages, although difficult probably to realize in reality. A fairly even game. I mean, white is up a pawn, but this is possibly a defensible position for a four-time national champion of Yugoslavia, a Grandmaster, rated in the 2600s. Probably could defend this position and get a draw. Luckily for Lu Maoyi, not what happened on the chessboard. Let's go back to that position now. And Lu Maoyi just jumps on it. She plays rook to h1, and the Grandmaster's like, uh-oh, I'll take my rook back out of the way. I don't want anything of that. That's the best he could do, is just move him out of the way, because, yeah, Lu Maoyi's taking over the positions. He's going to attack from both sides here. Lu Maoyi now plays rook to b1, actually suggesting that she should continue with her pawn storm ideas, but we'll continue with what actually happened on the chessboard. Grandmaster now plays pawn to d5, best possible move, and Lu Maoyi captures with e captures on d5. We have bishop captures. We have bishop captures on f5 by the Grandmaster, and Lu Maoyi plays d captures on c6. We have knight to c7 by the Grandmaster. This is actually a mistake. It would have been better if he would have moved his bishop to e6 here, just giving him better chances in the position, although his position is still completely losing, as his pieces are just not coordinated. We'll continue with what actually happened on the chessboard. Lu Maoyi now plays pawn to b4, best possible move in the position. And now the Grandmaster does accept the gift there. She was sacrificing that pawn to kind of open up an attack. Pretty brazen, as it's her king sitting there. But this was the best possible move for Lu Maoyi. And yeah, the rook captures on b4. We have rook captures on b4 by Lu Maoyi. And now Lu Maoyi brings her other rook into the game with rook to b1. And that was the point of that whole thing. That's why we sacrificed the pawn, because now the queen needs to save herself. But now Lu Maoyi is able to get her rook to b8. As the queen moves to d6, Lu Maoyi brings her rook to b8. And yeah, black's in some serious trouble. The Grandmaster moves his knight back to e8, and Lu Maoyi actually goes ahead and trades queens here. She sees that she has, well, the king is just like, almost smothered in here. You wish you had a knight in the right spot so you can pull off a smothered mate. His pieces are smothering him to death here. So Lu Maoyi is able to trade queens here. And maybe you might spot what Lu Maoyi plays. Maybe pause your video for a moment and see if you'd like to find, what do you think Lu Maoyi plays here? Really, the Grandmaster probably should resign the game after this. He does not. It goes on. But can you find that move? Hopefully you pause your video if you're looking for it. But Lu Maoyi just pushes the pawn. And yeah, you can't capture that pawn. The knight, of course, simply pinned absolutely to the king. And the bishop can't capture. And maybe you want to pause and, well, yeah, think about that for a second. Why can't the bishop capture? Seems like he should be able to. He's not pinned or anything, is he? Well, the trouble is, if the bishop captures, then this would just be checkmate. As, of course, the knight is still pinned, and there's nowhere for the king to go. He's smothered by his own pieces. So, very strong move by Lu Maoyi. The Grandmaster now plays the best possible move in the position, moving his pawn to g5. Lu Maoyi figures, yeah, it was just a pawn. Why not trade it for a bishop? So, we have pawn to c8 equals q, and then just bishop captures queen on c8. Rook captures queen on c8. And now we have king to e7 by the Grandmaster. Lu Maoyi moves her bishop to c6. And now pawn to f5 by the Grandmaster. I mean, this is a formidable pawn structure here. You know, Lu Maoyi's only got the one pawn here. She's got to be careful here. This could be dangerous. If pieces get traded off the board, you know, 3 connected pawns like that could be a monster. Lu Maoyi continues with knight to d5, best possible move in the position, and the Grandmaster finds the best possible move, just king to f7. We have bishop captures knight on e8 by Lu Maoyi, and rook captures e8 by the Grandmaster. Rook captures e8 by Lu Maoyi, and now king captures e8, and now Lu Maoyi picks up the g5 pawn. So picking up that pawn, Lu Maoyi is trading into a winning endgame. She's up a full knight here, although her pawn structure is pretty terrible. Black's general pawn structure is not better. Those guys are maybe a little bit scary, but with the 2 pieces and hopefully a more active king than she has now, she should be able to win this position. The Grandmaster now continues with king to f7. Lu Maoyi plays pawn to c4, advancing a hopeful pass pawn. The Grandmaster plays king to g6, and now Lu Maoyi plays bishop back to e3, best possible move in the position. King to f7 by the Grandmaster, and king to b2 by Lu Maoyi, finally getting her king into the game. Grandmaster continues with king to e6, and now Lu Maoyi plays king to c3, and it's here on move 39 that the Grandmaster resigned the game. Interesting. Maybe he was short on time. He may have been very short on time. Wasn't expecting to be pressed so hard. So in classical chess, usually on move 40, you get more time on your clock. And yeah, unfortunately, I was unable to obtain time control information for this game, so I don't know. But it's interesting that he resigned one move before he might have got an extra 50 minutes on his clock. But yeah, so yeah, that was the end of the game, and Lu Maoyi beats this almost super Grandmaster in pretty spectacular fashion. She definitely controlled the game the whole time. He didn't make any like super bad blunders. She just kind of squeezed him to death, it seemed like. She just kind of pressed him through the sides of the board, just pressed his pieces off the board. Best play here for Black, if he was to try to continue, might be something like bishop to b8, and then, yeah, White should just try to make their way up the board, king to b4 perhaps. Best move then, again, just you want your kings to be active, so maybe king to d7 would be best for Black. And then White should play something like, yeah, probably just king to a5 here. And best move would just be king to c6 for Black. Probably knight e7 check, just going after this pawn now. Probably king b7, just trying to preserve this pawn. And of course the knight can just capture on f5. And now this is a pass pawn. So I mean, the position was just hopeless. There's no way to defend this. So it does make sense that this Grandmaster resigned the game. There's no clear path to victory. You could kind of play it as you like. Maybe you want to do a two knights and bishop endgame or whatever. I would recommend try to be as efficient and elegant as possible in your checkmates. Try to make them just, yeah, quick and beautiful, as elegant as possible. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me for that. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, as I will be doing pretty much all of Lou Malyi's games, and I will also be covering Super Grandmaster games. I did cover the Tata Steel tournament that just occurred here back in the end of January. But yeah, also let me know if there's a master you think I should cover. Is there some chess superstar out there that I'm missing, or that people are missing in general? Please let me know. Yeah, if there's some great players out there that need attention, maybe I'm that guy. So please let me know. Also, I'm going to be teaching group and individual classes. The group classes are extremely affordable, so email me about that. I'll put my email in the description. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. Take care. Thank you, everybody. See you in the next one.